So Matrix has a new teaser with a bunch of new footage. So let's look at it.
Konnichiwa, Japan. I hope you enjoyed the experience of seeing the first Matrix film back on the big screen. And please don't forget our new film, The Matrix Resurrections, is coming out on December 17th. Today is when it all begins. My dear friends in Japan, watch your country turn green. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome to the Matrix.
So yeah, that was a teaser, and look, I'm very, very, very excited for this movie, and it's just one of my favorite movies ever, favorite franchises ever. It's the concept, the world, everything is so amazing. I just wanted to see more, and we're finally getting it. And I just recently watched all three movies, and I'm super hyped again for this movie. And all these posters and teasers and trailers that came out seemed very, very cool to me because the marketing is amazing. Right from the first teaser, the time thing, how meta it was so amazing to see all that, and I'm just loving all the marketing for this movie. The posters are great, the teasers are great, and there's some new stills that came out that are giving out some of the theories that we might have for this movie, which is also interesting. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the marketing for this movie, and these posters are also crazy good.
Yeah, there was a post that came out there today or yesterday, which actually confirmed who Priyanka Chopra's character is playing.
Oh, really?
My theory was, yeah, I think our theory was that it was going to be Sati,
Yeah.
which was the little girl that was with Oracle, and it's a Korean poster or a Japanese poster, one of those posters, or it could be it's different, some nationality, but in it it's translated to Sati, the poster. So she's playing that
So
character.
she
So that's been
is,
given
right.
away.
Nice.
She is, yeah, and I've heard that um, the guy who is in the therapist scene with Keanu Reeves saying back to where it started, back to the Matrix, that will be a rebooted version of Agent K or Agent Smith,
Right.
Agent Smith. That's what I think as well, and I think that Neil Patrick Harris, when he's doing this, I think he's the architect. I think there's a rebooted versions of it, or there are Matrix within the Matrix
Right.
to keep Neo, um,
I think they
oblivious to
are
what
actors playing
exactly is going on.
those guys.
Really,
Yeah. In the movie, I mean, not
there's
the actual actors. I mean, they are
yeah.
I think Yahya Mateen's character is an actor playing Morpheus in the movie.
There's a there was yeah, that's that teaser that I shared. That was from a few days ago, and there was another teaser that dropped. I couldn't really get it on Twitter or anything, but like it showed Neo. It's funny because Neo has those VR goggles
Yeah.
on, and he has like was that in that teaser? I'm not too sure. And he was holding on to things, so he's in a matrix within a matrix, in a virtual reality within a
Yeah.
virtual reality, which is funny. And I wonder why he's doing that. Is he depressed of his life in the Matrix? So he goes into a different Matrix to be happy like we do. We go online, play like
Yeah.
games and stuff like that. And there's also a shot of a guy in the real world, in the Matrix, or in the movie, the real world, working with a robot. Did you see
Hmm.
that one?
No, I haven't.
But he's working. He's giving a fist bump or a nod to a robot that's helping him while he's coding.
Nice.
So that's weird. Especially at the end of the third Matrix was a truce between kind of humans and robots where
Yes.
the robots would let the humans decide if they wanted to be in the Matrix or out of the Matrix.
Right.
That's interesting. There was also another one of oh what was it of? It was like I'm forgetting now, but it just shows some of the kind of theories that we had. Are like, what is this film about? Because it's insane that we still don't know,
Yeah.
and who each character is playing. Because then there was another shot of Trinity, and she just vanishes. She decodes.
Yeah.
Like, is she real? What's going on there? So, like, there's so many questions about this film. It's a little bit ridiculous that we still don't know, and it's kind of getting all overshadowed because of No Way Home, because it's Spider-Man, and these two movies are so
Hmm.
close together.
I'm not
And
gonna lie,
I
I'm
hope
actually
Matrix
excited
4.
more for this movie.
I've been saying this. I said this weeks ago. People said I was crazy. I just have a feeling about this one big time. Everything I'm hearing is just insane.
Yeah.
It really is. And Keanu Reeves has seen the movie, and he said that he can't believe that Lana Wachowski was able to. She met up with her sister, but they made the first one, which predicted the next 20 years of society and technology and our attachment to it. And he said, somehow you've taken the same characters, the same concept, and you have told us the story of the next 20 years with technology
Yeah.
and our attachment to it. That's promising coming from Keanu Reeves, who's just blown away by the film.
Yeah. And I
So
just want
I
this
don't know,
movie to
man.
do so well that they make 2 more movies at least.
I'm like, I really hope this does well. I really hope it makes money,
Yeah.
because I really want to see more of this world. I think there's huge potential, because especially in today's world with technology and social media, you could do so much with this.
Exactly.
And even series, like noir animated series would be awesome as well. There's also a shot in this new kind of teaser that was released. I couldn't get online, but I just got the images of it, of Sati doing a hand gesture that Oracle did in the movies as well. So is she the new Oracle of this world as well? Because there has to be an Oracle. So is it Sadie
Yeah.
growing up, and why is she growing up? Why is she aging up? There's also another shot of Neo in the real world in the Matrix movie, looking at look, what's the city called in the Matrix world? What's it called? Xeon?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
it?
Zion.
Zion, sorry. Yeah, him overlooking Zion on this balcony. So
Yeah.
what's going on there? There's also another shot of them in the kind of the chamber with the robots, the Sentinels all around them, and Neo jumps from one pod over to another pod. But as he's jumping midair, his body is like not fully formed. It's like decoding, or it vanishes. And this is in the real world of the Matrix. So I found that weird, really weird. And was also, if you go to, can you bring up the image? I sent it to you in the group. There's an image of there's a group of people standing on a line,
1
and
second.
in a group, it's in a picture, it's in a like 4 pictures. Maybe I can send it again.
Oh, found it.
So can you look at that image and tell me what you think?
Wait. I
What
don't
stands
think
out? Did you get it? No.
I did, but I think it's low quality. Hold on. Yeah, this image.
What do you see? Is this the
People.
image of them all in a line?
Yes. People of Zion?
Yeah, but what's the end on the left?
A ghost.
Yeah, what's that about? I don't think people can see it on the stream now, because it's a little bit cropped out at the edge.
Oh, is it? Okay, let me fix that.
Look, it looks
There
like
you go.
it's it's weird, because this is the real world now. So how is there a code? How is there like a matrix figure, an avatar in the real world? Is
Huh.
there somebody? Is the technology advanced so much where there's somebody within the matrix who is it's not a real person? It's like like an avatar, but they have become they're a robot, but they've become so self-aware. They want to help the real people, and now for them, like the group travels from the real world into the matrix. What if there's an avatar that can travel from the matrix into the real world?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And like,
Like,
you're like, how could they predict? Like, they can't predict that. That couldn't happen in our world. But there's something called the Facebook metaverse that we're going into soon, where you can create an avatar and you can go into the Facebook metaverse. And also, guess what? Your Facebook metaverse character is actually you in real life. So you're jumping from that avatar in,
But also,
I wouldn't be surprised.
in the third movie, I think, or the second movie, Neo actually uses his power in real life outside the Matrix. Remember when he
Yeah,
stops
yeah,
that Sentinel? It's called Sentinel, right?
yeah,
He's
yeah, it is, yeah.
he stops that in real life, like outside the Matrix. How does he do that? He doesn't have his powers outside, right? But does he?
Well, yeah, but, like that's what I'm thinking. Like, what is the Matrix then? What is the real world? Like, is he just a special? Is he just special? He's the only one who can do that. Like, what? Where does it? Where's the line drawn?
Mm-hmm.
And like, how many Matrix are there? is the real world the Matrix? Well, even though the architect said that he knows what they're doing in the real world, like Morpheus, Trinity. They knew the rebellion that was being built.
Mm-hmm.
They needed a purpose outside of the real world, outside of the Matrix as well. So
Jason
I don't know,
has
man.
a good theory. I don't know if that's what he means by this, but he's asking Morpheus is a Smith. Maybe he misheard you, or maybe that's his theory. But if it's a theory, it's an interesting one. Yes, Agent Smith could be disguising himself as Morpheus to get to Neo. That's one possibility.
But yeah, it could be. There's something up with Morpheus. Like even Abdul Mateen said it's actually not the same Morpheus from the original
Yeah.
trilogy, which is interesting. So like, it could be a big twist coming that he's actually the villain, that he is an agent. He's a different form of an agent, or he's a new villain altogether. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But you also have like, what's his name? The guy who's playing. He's in Mindhunter. David Groff, was there, or Groff or
Jonathan
something like
Groff.
that? Jonathan Groff. Yeah, his character seems very interesting because in the trailers, some of the TV spots, he was fighting Neo.
Yep.
He was also in that scene where he was like back to the Matrix. He's aware what the Matrix is.
Yeah.
And at the very background in that room is the original Hugo Weaving agent,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a statue in the background of the scene where Neo punches him in the face. There's like a statue of that in the background, very far if you look at that. So then you have Neil Patrick Harris, like his therapist. The Black Cat appears as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be exciting to see this. And like, what's the story with Trinity? Why is she why is her avatar for code breaking?
Yeah.
Is Neo like, why is it a reboot? Like was it the writer or one of the producers said that it's not a sequel and it's not a reboot, or it's both, something like that. That's interesting as well.
Yeah.
So like, does that mean it's a sequel but it's a reboot in the world that everything has
Exactly.
been set?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a very interesting theory, and that fits with my theory. Like, this new cast could be a reboot of the original Matrix inside the movie. So that would make them the actors playing those characters, right? Yeah, that fits perfectly.
Yeah.
They're probably rebooting the Matrix
like,
with these new actors, recasting.
because because the same thing has happened. Like, Neo is the seventh one, I think, isn't he? Like, this has happened 6 times previously,
Yes.
where somebody has come through the
6
Matrix.
times
this,
already
this
happened.
type of story has happened.
Yeah.
Has it been 6 different people, or has it been Neo 6 times?
Yeah.
Like, is it I know people think we're crazy. We relate everything back to Zack Snyder and the nightmare timeline, but Zack Snyder is actually influenced by
The Matrix.
the Wachowskis and the Matrix. What if every Matrix movie we've watched has been the nightmare timeline of this world, where Neo is doing the same thing over and over again? He dies, but he doesn't die the right way to save everybody, and this is his rebooted chance to save everyone, or to do what's right. He dies, but he has to die in a certain way. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's very interesting. What if that the whole Matrix trilogy is one big Matrix that he wakes up from in this movie? Inception
And
level
the movies,
mind blown.
the movie's playing in the background in a lot of scenes as
Exactly.
well. So, and he's in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
And then like there's a few spots as well where he says he has to get back to. So I don't know where he wants to go back
In
to.
the
Is it back
Matrix.
to the real world? Is it back to the Matrix? Yeah, he says it. He says I have to get back. Um, so I don't know if he's trying to get back to Carrie-Anne Moss in the real world, or he's trying to get back to Carrie-Anne Moss in the Matrix. Then he said he's to Morpheus. He said he's done fighting. He doesn't want to fight anymore.
Yeah.
Because I remember I don't know which Matrix it was the Matrix 2 or 3. He's fighting Agent Smith, and he's like, he knows that fighting is worthless. Doesn't mean anything to fight. It's going to happen the way it happens anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to fight the agent anymore. So like, is that what he means there? He just doesn't want to fight because there's no point. It's gonna go the way it's gonna go.
Right.
So I don't know. December 22nd, I think it comes out here.
Yeah.
I think,
Dude.
and I think it comes out earlier. Some other places.
We're less than a month away.
There's no hype around it. Well, there's hype around it, but there's not like much hype around it.
Yeah, because of Spider-Man. If Spider-Man wasn't coming, I think it would have had much more hype. But I think that, the marketing will start ramping up as we get closer to that movie. So we'll have to look out for that.